Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, so halfway through shooting this, we're like, fuck, we don't have a story. You know, I mean, we have these guys, but we don't have this. So, you know, we kind of thought things out, and we kind of thought that, you know, what Aaron is kind of, I don't want to say going, I don't want to make it too melodramatic, but kind of the argument that Aaron's going through, you know, I think all of us can relate to it. I mean, you always want to do something that you love to do, and then you wake up one day and you go, fuck, I got to go to work. You know? So we kind of figured that, hey, that was a really nice storyline that a lot of people could relate to, and that's kind of the way we went.
Yeah, but pretty much what you said was exactly what he told me you were going to be like.
Yeah.
And I don't think I really even understood.
Well, you got to think too. I mean, we put a lot of trust in you guys.
Yeah, that was my original point. These guys really put a lot of trust in us.
I mean, how many documentaries have you guys seen making fun of like rural areas?
Yeah.
Diane Sawyer recently.
There wasn't a Mountain Dew bottle with that entire thing.
Yeah.
No,
It was a Mountain Dew, but not as good as Billy Yellow Baby.
And I think it did. I mean, like, as much, I know you guys like have always represented your hometown and everything too. It's like, and I thought that was very thoughtful in the sense of, you know, you never really go after it. I mean, like, obviously we meet this guy who's the other horror fan from the town or whatever, and it's like he's a little bit out there, but at the same time, it wasn't like, you know, it's like we're showing shot to churches. It's not like, hey, let's pull every crazy religious person out of town.
Yeah, it was more we wanted to show kind of the environment that these guys are growing. I mean, where you guys are from is a very deeply religious area.
Absolutely.
Well, horror movies, you know, like Aaron says, it's everything that they're against. You know, so you have to show that. You have to. I mean, we're not saying our job as documentary people is not to make judgment on these guys. And that's why you'll see stuff that's kind of like, oh, gee, that's really embarrassing.
Bobby Boucher hates the
But
devil.
you know what? I mean, that's
I don't want to sound like
do.
a dick, but in a way you do
He
kind
doesn't
of
want to, but he is.
But I'm good with sound
All right,
like a
no,
dick,
that's cool.
because in a way you do kind of pass judgment. Because like the film has like a feeling that like Aaron's growing up and CK's not. It's like he's going off and gonna do his thing, and he wants to sit around and play Goofy in his house. I mean, it kind of has that feeling.
You know what?
And that's obviously not the truth because he's got his own shit going on. You know, so it's just kind of.
Well. First of all, the drug stuff that you've been doing was after we were shooting.
Yeah. Well,
So that didn't.
Or maybe he does just want to fuck around.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I completely understand where you're coming from. I can see it. I guess, you know, what I wanted to show was Wes representing Deadpit, that side. Because kind of what we thought was that not only is there this conflict between Aaron and what he's going to do and Deadpit, but between, you know, possibly between the two of them. These guys are, you know, pretty much lifelong
Can
friends.
you guys hug? Because I would feel sick.
Although shit, there's a whole lot of.
Oh, yes.
We didn't even explore the fascination with all the dildos.
Here's what I was saying about he was kind of about, I mean, you don't see anything in there about a lot of our personal lives, like who we're with, or in his case, the job, or something like that, because that was our kind of request.
Yeah.
And not show it stuff. So I mean, it's not like we went out.
Yeah, I mean, Wes was very. I think Wes was a little more guarded than Aaron was, and that was. I mean, that was okay. I mean, if we could have spent more time, you know, but from the get-go, I think Wes was a little more guarded. So we kind of like, okay, how can we show Wes equal time and make him, you know, as true to what we know of Wes to be. And that's kind of what we decided, like, well, let's have him represent Deadpit. You know, because, I mean, he is the guy who does, you know, who does the website and does all the marketing and all that stuff. Does a lot of the legwork. You know, you guys both do.
I'm all fucking toe.
Yeah, okay. So that's the way we show it. So, I mean, I don't necessarily take it as, you know, him not growing up or anything. I see it more of
Keeping
the separation between the two of them.
faith of you can still do what you want to do.
Or possible separation. That was a year and a half ago, and we're still here. So.
They've got divorced yet.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
So what do y'all think? If you were to, you know, have a review of the documentary.
That's a good question.
You want us to review the documentary?
Yes, I do.
It was a rip-roaring roller coaster of a ride.
Feel good, baby,
I
at the
thought
film.
it was great. I couldn't ask for anything more.
Thanks, man.
How does it differ in how you view it, or what you thought coming in?
Dude, I had no idea. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you tried to explain it to me a little bit. I had no idea which way you were going to go with it.
Yeah, we really kept them in the dark throughout the whole editing
I'm
process.
kind of who said maybe edit a little bit.
I did.
It is a little.
Oh yeah, it's a work print. I mean,
Yeah.
the music is not
It's-
the music.
yeah, it's all good.
It's not graded or anything like that. It's about 10, 15 minutes too long.
Yeah, it's all good.
Fiddle and banjos music.
Yeah, well, that was,
Keep that in there.
I had about 6
Keep that in
loops.
there.
I had about 6 Apple loops. I'm like, okay, I need something that would be kind of folksy country, and I picked that.
But as far as the content,
Come on, baby.
All the greens are very vibrant.
But the music, if you.
Well, that thing is. Yeah, the DVD looks a lot better than it did now. I guarantee you that.
what do you think, though? Yeah, let's say.
Well, we need some. We love the '80s metal.
Yeah.
Need some Megadeth.
What part of Temps Door don't you get?
I'm just giving you some.
Okay. Okay.
Think Dawkins.
Yeah!
Woo!
Warrior. Tooth and nail.
We were thinking Iron Maiden, so.
But in all seriousness,
Striker.
I mean, I thought you just.
Rick Strunk, he meant Striker.
Striper,
And some Europe.
I knew there was some real personal.
Milli Vanilli.
So I talked to him.
Can we have some Asia? Toto.
I understand. Little Hawkwind.
Can you throw in a little Men at Work?
Early on. You know, I'm
Throwing the sound.
for years I've been shy from people. And I was trying to get over that.
Right.
You know.
Well, and I gotta say this, man. For all the, for Wes being a little guarded, that moment with him and his dad. I mean, that's why it's in the film. It's kind of a little melodramatic,
It
But
makes
that
sense.
was when we saw Wes for Wes. I mean, I think in the truest sense. I mean, here's a guy
I thought it
who
was
him
just
and his
the Boy
dad are
Scouts.
best.
That was
Well, him and his dad are best.
Yeah,
I mean, Wes
No,
and
we
his dad
will
are
know.
best friends. They're huge. I mean,
Pretty
basically,
much.
yeah.
Football games. We've won UK football games since I was like 6. Season tickets and all that.
So we wanted to have that in the film just to kind of say, hey, look, there's a lot more to this guy than just the Deadpit persona. So that's why we put it in there. And that was a really personal moment for him, man. And, I applaud him for letting us use it and letting us shoot it and doing it. I don't know if I could have done that.
But everybody, just take a second and imagine like a film crew following you around like for a daily basis to just film everything that you do.
I do it every day.
Are you on some sort of watch list?
Yeah, we're
At least
the
ask
road
for
rules.
kids.
Actually, I drove from Pittsburgh with no pants on. Just
I mean, it's really hard to be. That's a country song. In that way, to film something with a bunch of people with lots of shit face and try to act like it's a normal, natural thing.
Well, I mean, the first time the guys came down, we'd never met them before or anything like that. It was strange.
You could tell what interviews were the first interview.
I mean, that's why I
Yeah,
understand.
Yeah.
And I can understand why documentaries, why crews hang around for years, because it takes a while to get used to it.
Yeah, American movies, like what, 2 years they spent?